Unfortunately, sadly, the governor has failed. Continue to blame different people for the cause of insecurity. The only person he has not blamed is the God that has created him. There's nobody he has not blamed for his ineptitude, for his inability to tackle headlong what is happening. Tell me, I give you an example. All the formations in those areas, apart from the helicopter that is hovering around the state today, and the armor tanks that is placed there, that is mounted there to displace peaceful protesters, we have never seen any facilities, any tactical equipment in Benue State. Now, when you ask the governor, give account of what you're using the security votes to do, why not mobilize the locals that understands the nitty-gritty of what is happening to tackle these issues? Why not mobilize the police that is on ground? Go to all the formations in the state. You have your correspondents in Benue State. You will imagine the way and manner that the governor has taken insecurity as nothing to him. Nobody is being mobilized. The president who is in the Federal Capital Territory will not be there in Benue State to know what is happening, except the governor who comes to him to come and collect the security votes of the state on a monthly basis. So if he's telling the governor to do what is expected of him to do, it then means that he's charging the governor up to wake up to his responsibilities.
When I was finally thinking everything is even fine with Benue because one, they have a reverend as a governor. Now, mind you, reverend, you are not God appointed. Nobody say that divine appointment you get. People put you for there because they say you be good person. Your state has been going through a lot. You've not even come out and spoken about it. You never even come out and say, please be calm. The same police where you know get to take go protect your people, you send them to go fight protesters where they fight for their own lives. Is that how people behave? They will suffer putting out for power and not do anything. I dare any governor in Nigeria, I dare any governor to leave his security and walk in the streets. Let your good work show for you. If it's show for you, may your good work show for you. Work out for streets only you. May the people don't mob you. People are so wicked. Instead, it's God. Last week I see some foolish youth, so they go carry Alia picture and see, it is so sad. I wish Very Dark Man luck. Very Dark Man is in your states, Mr. Excellency. It's in your state. Any way they do your thing that arrest your people, no touch them. Because we from Abuja, we pack ourselves. We be one Nigeria, we no come when they do say, we blow ourselves with motor, they come the Benue, we come protest. Sure? What kind of package that they do? They put on for power and they wicked people they fly up and down and they won't do anything about them. This is pure wickedness.
Well, if Benue is no more among the states in Nigeria, let us know, Mr. President. It is clear that we don't have a president in Nigeria. It is clear. It is clear we don't have a president. Make we just know say na Very Dark Man be the president of this country. We don't have a president in Nigeria. Make we just know. If the Pope from Rome feel they talk about the buying of people, over 200 in Benue State, and nobody from the red chamber, green chamber, none of our strong politicians, none of them don't talk. Even the president cannot speak. Shebi when they make Pope, once they give that Pope this title as we go there, president won't go. See where they go, where addition say they no even invite them. You went there. Now something they happen for your state, for your country. Pope don't talk, you never talk. Is it not a shame? Is it not a shame that we don't have
Hello, fellow citizens of Nigeria. So like this, the way this matter they go now, we are fatherless in this country. We have always known that we are motherless. But now, it's officially confirmed that we are fatherless. If not, 200 people buy for Benue. Presidency no year. Presidency no year. Hakim Murio Kwana. What you know the third president? But if to say now, people where they come from PDP can't join APC. When I go down update Baba say, some people have decamped, they have come to join you the presidency. Tinubu, you are becoming a thief. Your Excellency, you want to rob us of democracy. It's like your plan is becoming obvious. You want to steal this country called Nigeria. If not, how possible is it that Pope in Rome is sympathizing with us. All over the news, there are killings in Benue. Insecurity has taken siege of this country. And my president has refused to announce it. Sir, you want to steal this country from us, and we will not agree. Now that you have turned us to opposition, no problem. Shebi, when they were doing campaign, Amber, they say, someone who gets mental case on a campaign. My president self, now only. Simple. President too is only. You want to steal this country from us. Because now they are beginning to talk of you becoming a live president. It will not happen, no. Only Shale. Because you are such a heartless president. Fatherless man with a fatherless spirit. Wife, motherless. Father, fatherless. You people are just concerned about 2027 and how to win or rig or take election. Any of the above. You are doing projects that they are using to steal and siphon money. We are talking of insecurity. How can 200 people buy in a country and all they are posting on presidential page is Happy Father's Day? Happy Father's Day. At any time contract here, at any time congratulate a country from us. Ọlọ́run ní fún yín ṣe. Bàbá Jagaban, Ọlọ́run ní fún yín ṣe. Tálàárọ̀ bá ní kó kẹ́rì ṣe, ọlọ́sàn ò ní jẹ́ ẹ̀rí ṣe. Tọ́lọ́sàn bá jẹ́ kẹ́rì ṣe, alálẹ̀ ò ní jẹ́ ẹ̀rí ṣe. Thank God you don't have any life left in you. Your 9 lives have gone. The only thing you are trying to do now, you want to make yourself lifetime kill you there. Lifetime kill president there. Lifetime call. Time life me. Only thieves. You want to take this country that belongs to we, our inheritance, our motherland, our beloved country, our great Nigeria. You want to turn it into a one-family state. We are not part of this one. We are definitely not part of this, and we will never be part of this. So braven up and get ready for the opposition dragging.
Let's talk about Benue State, and I love the attention that the Benue killing is getting this time. I gave the update yesterday. Over 200 people were killed by terrorist herdsmen. That was what they were tagged. Now, you know, some youth are on the street now protesting, and I salute the courage of Very Dark Man for going down to Benue to see things himself. That is a job, well done. And in this video, I am going straight to the point. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Chief Security Officer of Nigeria, when exactly will you make kidnapping, Boko Haram, and all of those things, when will you make it a capital punishment in Nigeria? We saw your tweets in 2014 when you were dragging, former president, Jonathan, that he should tackle Boko Haram. Now it is your turn. What exactly are you going to do? You have the executive power now. You have the executive power. How exactly will you utilize this? I've been talking about this. I've been screaming about the level of insecurity in Nigeria and the role that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should play. Why would 200 people be killed in a day? Families were burnt alive in their houses. Children were shot. Women were shot. Innocent men were shot. Over 200 people. Over 200 people. Now I saw the report that the Benue state government said that, the governor, he said that there are some external forces now in Benue that is fighting whatever. Sir, Mr. Governor, if you don't know your role as the chief security officer of your state, maybe you should resign and let capable people handle that position. Because what we keep hearing about the level of insecurity is just senseless excuse from the federal government, from the state government. You all don't know what you are doing. You all don't know what you are doing at all. And I saw the report again that the Katsina state governor wants to establish literacy school for repentant Boko Haram to enroll so that they can reintegrate them back into the society. For crying out loud, what exactly is this senselessness? Do you know how many people that have been killed in Ondo State? Do you know how many people that have been killed in the East? Do you know how many people that have been killed all over Nigeria? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to use your executive power right now. You have to send a bill to the Senate. Make all of these things a capital punishment. No repentant Boko Haram nonsense. Any governor that wants to act contrary should face the law. Enough is enough. 200 people in a day. This is senseless. You criticize President Jonathan. It is your turn. How exactly are you tackling insecurity? I have been yelling. I have been, as regards insecurity. This is getting out of hand. This is a drastic situation that deserves a drastic action. And this is not the time to play politics with the lives of innocent Nigerians. And at least if the government will not protect the people, then let the people protect themselves. It is as simple as ABC. If the governor will be useless, if the president will not do what he's supposed to do, then let the people begin to protect themselves. You can't just wipe out people like that. You can't just kill people senselessly like that. And I saw the video of Pope. God bless him. He, said some words of prayers for the victims that were lost. How put 200 people down, put 200 people, make 200 people gather. Then you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to picture this, this situation. And this is what I keep saying, that people, Nigerians, you need to know the power that you have. The power lies solely in the people. I love the attention that this Benue killing is getting this time. And this is the power of social media that should be used, that should be used positively. I've been yelling on this page. The level of insecurity is alarming. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to do something. You have to do something.
Yesterday I could not sleep. I kept on rolling on my bed. There was no way I could sleep. I kept on seeing images of the children that were burnt alive, families, dead bodies, bones. Till this morning I could not sleep. It was this morning I finally was able to close my eyes. I could not sleep. Do you understand? But do you know the pain? The pain is that they are not done with Benue State yet. They will kill more people. In months to come, they will finish them. That's the pain. They've sent joint task force, police, army, everybody to Benue State. In like 3-4 months, when it is a little bit calm, those military will go back. They will come back, they will continue. Even from the press release from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, she'll tell you that they are not done yet. Now let's go back to the press release, right? In the press release, in the first paragraph, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said they should arrest all the suspects and prosecute them, right? Now, in that same press release, in another paragraph, he said this. He said, this is time for Governor Alia to act as a statesman and immediately lead the process of dialogue and reconciliation that will bring back peace. You want to dialogue with people that are burning people alive. People with barbaric ways. This is to tell you that they are even bigger than the president. It's just the truth. Don't let anybody deceive you. And this is not anything about politics or wanting to say something negative about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime. No. They are way bigger than him. They are bigger than ABC, PDP, and everybody. They are way bigger. It will be clowning if the DG of DSS will tell me he does not know what is going on in Benue. It will be clowning. It will be clowning if the IG of police will tell me he does not know what's going on in Benue or what has been going on in Benue. It will be clowning if the chief of defense staff, army staff, and all the staffs will tell me they don't know what's going on in Benue. It will be clowning if the NSA say they don't know what's going on in Benue. The only reason anybody's acting now is because I had to go to show the video. Because a lot of you in Nigeria are already used to the news. When you hear that, oh, 50 people buy, 20 people buy, you're already used to the news. And that is what scared me most. That's why I went there. I was so scared when I saw the news, 200 people. The news just passed like that. It didn't trend nothing. I said, oh, let me be, it's time for me to show them what it means to lose 200 people. That's why I went there. I didn't go there for nothing, just to show you. And now, automatically, everybody is now acting. It will be clowning. It will be clowning. If NSA, police, army will tell me they don't know. Do you know how these people entered that place yesterday? They came with fuel. Gallon of fuel. They will open the door, they will pour the fuel. So all these people were coming with gallons of fuel. Where did they pass through? Not just that, these people had AKs. They had AKs. With them. It's not about protesting on the street. The people of Benue, listen to me. You have to go get a license and get a gun. Every farmer in Benue State, you gotta get a gun. It's bigger than what the government can come and intervene at this point. Listen. Get a license, get a gun. Every household in Benue, you get a gun. By any means necessary. If you must sell your car, sell your car. If you will sell your property, sell your property. Your farmland, you protect it. Get a gun. I went to the state, I saw it with my own eyes. If people don't understand what I saw, listen, bro. Seeing it on the camera is not when you see it in real life. Those people don't have no protection. There's no border nowhere. The land is just open. They can come from anywhere, for fuck's sakes, bro. These people can come from anywhere, any angle they deem it fit. They'll just come, Unless the people have vote to protect themselves, they can do nothing. From where the police were, you were lucky yesterday that police were there. They according to the story, they said they were lucky police came to their aid. And even the police that came to their aid, they are all lab rats. The people that are at the top, they know what's up. The governor is a lab rat as well. I'm sorry to say if he feels offended. He is a lab rat because he said it with his mouth that the people that are doing these things are in the National Assembly, but he cannot talk. That makes him a lab rat. It's for a test. Until the people get strapped up, nothing. And don't even make it by mistake. You Nigerians listen to me. Don't think by a second that it's only Benue State. That same road, I carry them go Enugu State, where they go to buy people for Enugu State. That same road goes to Jos. Those places. From there they will move. They are coming for everybody. Don't make that mistake. Even me, they are coming for me. All of us. They are coming for all of us, bro. They are bigger than presidency. Way bigger than it. You have to get a gun. Don't talk about international community. International community cannot do nothing. They did not try to Boko Haram. What happened? Till tomorrow, they are still there. Until the people get strapped up to protect themselves, nothing can be done. So get a license. Don't go and get illegal guns. Get a license. Even if it's pump action, just hold it. Every household. If they know you have these things, they will shy away. They'll go back a little. Because tell me how you do that barbaric thing to those people. Why? Why? Children, mothers, fathers, food, everything. Everything. I know what I saw yesterday. I saw destruction, you know. Then when the people come out to protest, what do? Hey, you, go and shut them down, throw tear gas on them. The money they spend in buying tear gas to pursue protesters, they can use that money to defend the land, but they will not do that because these people are bigger than them. That's why they will tell you that, oh, go and look for peace. Instead of you to arrest them, you seek peace. In one paragraph, in same press release, one paragraph, they should go and arrest them. Another paragraph, you are saying that they should reconcile with them. In this same country, they will arrest bandits. After they arrest bandits, they will go and take them to rehab. They will say that after rehabilitation center, they will put them back into the system. That they should come and be policemen, they should be military men. They have a lot of people in the military, they have a lot of people in the Navy, they have a lot of people in the Army, they have a lot of people in the police, they have a lot of people in the NSA. They are big. It's a very big syndicate. Very big syndicate. A very big syndicate. A very big syndicate. And a lot of money is being made for themselves. But like I said, even this one they talk now, maybe they'll look for one way, say, oh, very dark man is inciting the public. Anyways, get a license to get a gun. Don't get illegal equipment. But that's the only way you can protect yourself. These people are bigger than the government. Take it from me. Take it from me. They are way bigger than the government. Take it from me.
100 persons were killed late Friday when gunmen stormed Yelewata village in Guma local government area of Benue State, Nigeria, in one of the deadliest attacks recorded in the region this year. In response to the killings, hundreds of youths took to the streets of Makadi, the state capital, on Sunday to protest what they described as government inaction and worsening insecurity. The Yelewata massacre comes just a day after armed herders reportedly attacked Yelewata and Daudu towns in the same Guma local government area of the state. Reacting to this latest attack in Benue, Pope Leo has offered prayers for the victims of the fresh massacre in the state. Delivering his remarks just before the Sunday Angelus prayer, the Pope described the violence as particularly devastating, noting that most of the victims were internally displaced persons sheltered by a local Catholic mission in Yewata Guma local government area. Joining us on this show now to discuss the situation in Benue State is Mark Bila, former Benue House of Representatives member, and Gwaza Madaki, lawyer and public affairs analyst. Welcome to the morning show, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bati.
Well, very quickly,
Thank you very much.
We'll commiserate with the people of Benue State. Just as we say, government has a responsibility to stop Benue killings, but you are involved. And you, Mark Bila, you are from Guma local government area.
Yes.
Let's start with you. You are with us in the studio in Lagos. You know, how you feel and what you think should be done. And then we'll come back almost immediately to you, Mr. Madaki, in our Abuja studio.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Bati, for having me. The situation is beyond description. It is painful. It is a time of sorrow for our people. More so that this is not the first time, and particularly painful because the venue, the place where this occurred is one that ordinarily we would think is protected. I say this because Yelewata is a border town between Benue and Nasarawa State. And at that border town, there is a military checkpoint that has been there for at least 5 years. This military checkpoint is populated with not less than 15 soldiers, I think headed by a captain or thereabout. I'm not specific, I don't know the exact rank of the officer in charge, but there is a permanent feature of the Nigerian army located in Yelewata. So it becomes difficult to understand how these attacks could go on between 10 to 11 p.m. midnight and last for hours all the way to the early mornings without any intervention by this very formation that is right at the doorstep of Yelewata. Dr. Bati, if you move from Nasarawa State to Benue, Yelewata is on the road. It is not a village, maybe a kilometer. No, it is directly on the road. It's one of those villages where the Catholic church is by the road, the primary school is by the road, the market is by the road, and everything is by the road. And if you look at the pictures, for the houses that were burnt, broken down, and killed, and the people that were killed inside those houses, you could simply look at them in their rooms and then take the camera all the way back to the road. It's difficult to understand, and for us in Guma local government, we're in a state of shock and perhaps feeling like orphans, feeling abandoned by those who have the responsibility to protect and safeguard the lives of our people and their properties. Now, we have a situation where a few weeks ago, when these same killings happened in Daudu and a couple of other places in Agan, Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had directed that the Chief of Army Staff should relocate to Benue State and resolve this matter. I can tell you that, yes, the Army chieftain got to Benue State, met with his officers, because Benue State hosts 2 army formations. There is the Nigerian Army School of Engineering, and then there is the 72 Special Forces Battalion. All of them are in North Bank. Agan, the village that was attacked a week or 2 weeks ago, is 200 meters away from the fence of the 72 Special Forces Battalion. Now, when the military chieftain got to Makurdi, he met with his people, and in awaiting his arrival, stakeholders had been put together. The THIR, the Ochidoma, religious leaders, chairmen and youths, people of thought, and all stakeholders in the security sector were assembled at Government House so that they will have an interaction. I tell you, the man did not spend a minute with them. After meeting with his army, meeting with 1 or 2 other peoples, and meeting with the governor, he simply left. We don't know whether he was still in Benue. We don't know whether he returned to Abuja. But all we know is that for the THIR and the Ochidoma and the first-class chiefs that came from all the local governments that are affected by this violence, the man did not meet with them. And then you have a situation where we understand that perhaps the army acts on orders. But how can you not act when there are gunshots right on your doorstep? It creates situations for us. Now, for yesterday, the protest that happened in Makurdi, it was one of those times that you sit and you wish that you were around to be part of that outing, because that is the only way the people can express the angst and the emotion that has built in them to witness these kind of things. But again, the way everything happened and eventually got a little bit disrupted and all of that, we are at least hopeful and grateful that we had the opportunity to come out and express ourselves in that matter.
Thank you, Honorable Gwila. Let's invite Mr. Madaki. Mr. Madaki. Oh, you are?
Mr. Madaki, yes. Honorable Gwila.
Okay, I missed it up. Okay, yes. Honorable Gwila, we come to you now. Yes. Are you also from Guma local government?
Good morning
area?
Again.
Yes, sir.
No, I am from Gwe West local government area.
Okay.
Practically the fulcrum of these attacks, one of the very severely affected parts of Benue State. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I want to start by expressing my sincere condolences to my people in Gwe West, in Guma, in Ukum, in other parts of Benue State, and even in Plateau State over these killings. I want to express my condolences to the military personnel who were killed and the civil defense officer and other security operatives that have lost their lives. We want to thank them for their service and their sacrifice that they're making on behalf of my people. I want to also use the opportunity very quickly to thank His Eminence, the Pontiff, the Pope, for even responding quicker than our president and our governor to the event that happened, to the massacre of our people. And I want to use the opportunity to inform the international public, the Vatican, the well-meaning people all over the world that Benue State is under siege. This is a pogrom of our people. A genocide is taking place. There's a war against our people. And Mr. President, I want to use this opportunity to emphasize the fact that there's a war against people in a part of your country. Let me say that yesterday, there's an age-old adage, even in several cultures, that you cannot beat people up and stop, or cannot beat a child up and stop the child from crying. When our people cried out, when we embarked upon our legitimate constitutional duty to protest, we were confronted with tear gas, with scores of personnel who from nowhere came out, who are not able to confront these killers but are able to confront protesters. We saw helicopters hovering over protesters, helicopters that we did not see go to Yelwata and intercept the people. So we're concerned about what is happening. Some of us have waited and have given the president, the governor, the benefit of doubt to intervene. But after 2 years, we cannot keep quiet anymore, including those who were declared as representatives of the people. 2 years later, and nothing seems to be happening. I have to point out immediately now what was shocking and of a concern to me in the statement made by Mr. President. And let me quote very clearly. Mr. President, first of all, mentioned that he has asked that an implementation of his earlier directive, meaning he gave an initial directive that apparently was not followed. He has to now give a follow-up directive. That is one. Number two, he is saying that in the latest round of reprisal attacks, Mr. President, it appears as if some people are not giving you the right information. Mr. President is being misinformed and ill-advised. There is no such thing as reprisal attacks going on. Our people are under siege. Mr. President asked the governor to convene reconciliation meetings and dialogue among warring communities, warring parties. Those are the words used by Bayo Onanuga. And then seek harmonious existence between farmers, herders, and communities. I'm aware that there seems to be a lot of sycophancy in the country right now. So, Mr. President, with all due respect, if you need to be told the truth, you can ask us, the people. Some of us can come and tell you what is actually going on. You can liaise with our governor. I believe he should be honest enough to tell you the truth. There's no such thing as reprisal attacks. If you say seek harmonious relationship and have reconciliation meetings, that means, Mr. President, you know who has attacked us. That means the governor knows who has attacked us and is supposed to call them together for a meeting. Okay. Is that what is being told? Because that is what I deduce from that statement. And that, I believe, is disingenuous to the situation. There is no such thing as reprisal attacks, I'll repeat for the umpteenth time. These are premeditated, unprovoked attacks against the people. I know that recently, Mieti Allah made a public statement claiming that one of their members was killed and that 1,000 of their cows or so were rustled. Immediately I heard that, I knew that something like this was going to happen. And I wonder where our security agents are. Where is the intelligence when they do not know? It is always reactive and not proactive. And when it happened, I said, this is exactly what I knew would happen. Because maybe this is the wrong narrative that Mr. President is being fed. The question is, in Naka, in Gwe West Local Government, in Aondana, how many Makban members were killed? Yes, I can. How many cows were rustled there?
Okay. We need to come to you. You've been able to cite one side. Let's talk about the humanitarian crisis. NEMA says over 1,000 households are affected, a lot of people displaced. What is happening on ground as regards the humanitarian crisis in Benue? And the number, they peg it as close to 200. Some are saying it's way more than that. What have you heard as regards what's happening on ground? And I will also come to you back in the studio. Let's talk about, NEMA says over 1,000 households are affected. Thousands and thousands of people are displaced. What do you know?
Yes. Yes. So let me say that it is also concerning when you hear reports, official reports claiming only 59 people have been killed. Very credible media outlets have reported that over 100, some saying over 200, and feelers and information I'm receiving from our people on the ground say actually that number is more in the range of 200. So yes, obviously that means thousands, over 1,000 households are affected. And we have probably hundreds of thousands of internally displaced, people. So now what that means is there are people who need intervention. I am aware that at the moment, the state government is providing some succor to the people, but this is not sufficient. I've heard complaints from people that they're not being properly catered for. NEMA made a one-off intervention, just like the UN did, contrary to when in Borno, NEMA was making monthly interventions and were demanding that that same kind of attention be accorded to our people. And we think it is time Mr. President comes to see for himself. On behalf of my people of Benue, we want to demand, Mr. President, we believe we should be important enough. The killing, the massacre should be important enough for you to come yourself and see what is happening. All over the world, the commander-in-chief comes to meet with his troops, comes to the ground to see what is happening. Just like my brother in the studio in Lagos said, the Chief of Army Staff, not only the Chief of Army Staff, the NSA came to Benue, they just came to Makudi. None of them went to meet with the troops, to my knowledge. I'm even just hearing that the Chief of Army Staff did not meet with our eminent chiefs. This is shocking. So in terms of the humanitarian crisis, this also is the point for me to raise the fact that there has been no intervention for our people over the years. Okay. If you remember, there's a 10 billion naira that was said was going to be used for the resettlement. This was a promise made by the then Vice President when he visited Benue. To date, there has not been anything said about that amount.
Let me go back to the studio. Mr. Madaki, what are you going to say as regards the humanitarian crisis? Over 1,000 households and thousands of people in Yeltwa have been displaced. Do you have any information on ground as regards what's going on there and what can be done to help the people?
Okay, so there have been people living in IDP camps since 2016, 2017. And as of today, I can say that there are about 17 IDP camps across the state. We're talking about 17 IDP camps hosting more than 1,000 families. You know, when you say families, you know what that means. It's not just 1,000 individuals, more than 1,000 families across 17 IDP camps across the state. Now, we all know that issues of succor and emergency are not just state-based. They also fall under the purview of the federal government as well. So, as much as intervention that can be gotten and as much support that can be secured for our people will be very much welcome, because they live in squalor. It's a difficult situation to look at. And then for those that are also housed by charity organizations like the Catholic Church, for example, to now get attacked like what happened in Yelwata, it particularly is a very painful situation. We know that, like my brother, Honorable Igbila, has stated, that NEMA has a structured way of intervening in this kind of situations. And then it is only proper and right in this instance that they also extend that intervention to Benue, because the situation is dire and needs all kinds of help that can come in at this very moment.
All right. Mr. Madaki, let's unpack a little bit of the politicization of this crisis that we have seen, because it seems this is one issue that's hindering, us getting a breakthrough. We saw a video of the governor speaking to the president yesterday, I believe, but the statement from the president seems to allude to the fact that there's a bit of distance between what's happening on the federal level and the state level. Just a little bit of clarity from your understanding, Mr. Madaki. The politicization, the very unfortunate and tragic politicization of this crisis, where are we going, and how do we resolve that? Who are the parties involved?
You see, it is very unfortunate that in the middle of all of this, we still have politics rearing its ugly head. The matter is clear. We need to say things as they are. The highest ranking political appointee from Benue State is a secretary to the government of the Federation, the SGF. Our father and leader, Senator George Akume. Now, as a secretary to the government of the Federation, he holds, he's in charge of the Cabinet Affairs Office For all official communications that come through the president, he is aware. So it is difficult to understand why a press release will come from the president's spokesman putting out some of those assertions when we have our own father and a Benue son right next to Mr. President's ear. It's difficult to understand. And perhaps let me even point it out at this very moment, that it will interest you to know that since all of this killing started, we have not heard the voice of our father and leader. He has not issued a statement.
That's the
SGF, the Secretary of the Government of Federation. He has not issued a statement. He has not come to visit. He has not condoled with his people. You see, this reminds me of the story of Esther in the Bible, when she became queen to King Artaxerxes, and somebody had plotted the elimination of the Jews. Her uncle Mordecai told her, "You are in that position to whisper to the king to save your people. You are not there for you. God put you there to be able to speak to power to rescue your people. If you do not do that, when the plot to exterminate your people gets hatched and deployed, it will also consume you." It is our hope that perhaps at this very point, our father and leader will hear the cries of our people and come and stand with us and issue a statement and condole with the people. Let us know that he is here with us. Now, you see, it is difficult to unpack all of this. And for me, I like to look at it in a broad sense. No governor, no reasonable governor is going to be comfortable to sit idly and watch his or her people get killed. We've seen this happen from Gabriel Suswam when he was governor, to Dr. Otom, and now to the present governor, Hyacinth Alia. For a particular situation to happen across different sets of people from different political parties. Gabriel Suswam was a lawyer, he is a lawyer, Otom is a businessman, the present governor is a Catholic priest. If they are confronting the same security challenge and cannot do anything to resolve it but wail and cry and request and throw their hands, then Dr. Bati, there's something fundamentally wrong with the structure of the security architecture. I say this because they call governors chief security officers of the state. But in truth, are they really what they are called? How are you the chief security officer in your state when you cannot issue an order to deploy a platoon of any kind of intervention to any area that is in dire crisis? And this is the point where perhaps in the long run, as we proceed with these conversations on this matter, to call on our members from the National Assembly that perhaps it is time to introduce legislation that speaks to operating real practical federalism in terms of security. And I'm talking about state policing. Okay. It will not be today, but it's a conversation can be started down the road, sir.
Okay, I get your point. The governor was once on this program, right? Father Hyacinth Alia. He was saying more or less that he was helpless and that Benue State was under siege. Now, what the president has asked him to do is to see if he can call the parties together involved in this crisis. You don't need the state police to initiate dialogue. Are you invariably saying that even the governor may not be able to initiate any kind of dialogue to at least douse tension? The same president has directed the security agencies that he had given them an earlier directive on the basis of which the chief of army staff relocated temporarily to Benue State, right? Now, do you think that will help? Maybe the chief of army staff needs to go back to Benue, or do you think that there are certain fundamental things, as the governor was insinuating when he was on this same program, that is behind this conflict in Benue?
Okay, so I will respond to that in two ways. The first part of it is that when you say dialogue, it means there are two known parties. When this thing started a few years ago, we used to say it is between Fulani herdsmen and...
Don't say herdsmen.
No.
Some herdsmen
I'm coming. I'm getting to the point.
It's not every Fulani man that is a herdsman.
Fine, but for the crisis
herdsmen.
particularly, let me get to the point, sir. We used to say it is Fulani herdsmen and thief farmers, Benue farmers. But we're at a point now where it is no longer Fulani herdsmen. Now it is armed herdsmen. Where do you get them to hold a discussion to? Where are they based? Where are they located? The governor of Benue State and the governor of Nasarawa State, I'm sure, share intelligence. Dr. Bati, with Mr. President's instruction, does it mean the governor of Benue State knows the address of these people that come to invade territories and kill people, that he should invite them for dialogue? It is difficult to say. These people come in the night. They come on bikes numbering over 100, 3 apiece, armed with AK-47 rifles, AK-49s. How do you hold a conversation with people that have no addresses? We only know that from intelligence reports that comes to us from time to time, that they get camped in neighboring villages from Nasarawa State.
Mr. Madaki,
and all of that, yeah.
As we round up with you, Mr. Gwaza Madaki, what's the way forward? What are the solutions? Because it seems you're not content with the solutions being proposed at the moment. Very briefly, as we round up, how do we bring an end to this crisis? A categoric end to it, not that there will be a resurgence in another couple of years again.
Okay, so you can't hold a discussion, a conversation with somebody that has a gun while you have a biro. You have to be equally matched before you can hold that conversation. The only people that are armed in Nigeria by law to confront this kind of situation is the armed forces and the Nigerian police. So it is our call, and I would like to tap into what Honorable Bila mentioned earlier, that Mr. President, please, the time is now for you to visit Benue State. We have bled for too long. We need you to come around to look at things for yourself so that you take an ultimate decision to deploy the military in a direct and strategic way that confronts these incursions. Because when they come very terribly. The ground gets soaked and all of that. We don't need enough of it. The loss of one life is enough. But the loss of over 200-300 lives in 1 month, definitely something needs to be done, and urgently too. After that, then down the road, perhaps as Nigerians, it is either we look at the issue of state policing or we look at legislation that allows communities that are affected with this kind of situation to bear arms to defend themselves. That is my position on the matter.
Okay, Honorable Willa, in our Abuja studio, your closing remarks, very briefly, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Very quickly, the Constitution in the relevant sections 14(2)(a) talks about the fact that sovereignty belongs to the people, and the government gets its power from the people. So the priority needs to be the people, because after all, the primary role of government is the security and welfare of the people. So instead of us spending 15 trillion on a highway or 39 billion renovating a conference center, I think those funds should be channeled to properly equip the security agencies. When Mr. President gives these directives, do they have the required equipment? There's modern warfare now. My heart bleeds with my people. My heart bleeds with the security agents who, in the age of drone technology, where physical boots are not required on the ground, do our members of the security forces have these equipment? This is one immediate intervention that is required. Second, really, constitutional amendment is required because of the fact that we need to start to talk about self-defense. And in this regard, I expect more intervention, more assistance from the governor. We appreciate the fact that there are challenges to the funding that state governments receive, but we hear there's heightened amounts of money now for security votes. This should be channeled accordingly. We want to now talk about, finally for me, there is supposed to be an anti-open grazing law in effect in Benue. The governor should let us know, has it been repealed? Has he disbanded the livestock guards? If it has not been repealed, then he should let us know what challenges he has, because Section 2154 of the Constitution gives the governor the power to instruct the commissioner of police. If he doesn't respond, then these are things he should raise with the president when he meets him as well. Because we hear Miyetti Allah saying that their cattle were rustled in a state where there's supposed to be a law against it. That means they are above the law. That is what they're trying to say. Ranching is a solution. Mr. President, ranching is a solution. Nigeria doesn't have as much cows. In France, you don't see cows on the streets in France.
I understand.
France has cows just as much as Nigeria.
I understand your passion, and I wish we had more time because this is a critical issue. But thank you for your submission.